I cannot believe that this is still a thing in 2025. Elise Turner, a mum who was in the Virgin Business Lounge, was setting up to express breast milk, and she was fully covered and asked to leave.
So this mom wants to pump her boobs. She wants to pump her breast milk for her twins to feed them later on. And she was doing this in an airport lounge. Do you know what it went to tell her? That please, madam, go to the restroom to do it because you're making people uncomfortable. So do not breast or try to bring out your breast milk where you are seated because a lot of people around there are uncomfortable. So go to the restroom and do that.
So this is pretty unbelievable and I'm beyond furious right now. But I've been told that I can't sit here in the Virgin Lounge as a paying business class ticket holder to express breast milk that sits under my shirt like this because this is a private business lounge and we don't do that here. So I've been told by the manager, the service manager here, who has explicitly told me I am not to do that in the public lounge area and that I must go and sit in a bathroom, in a toilet. So I did ask her, do you prepare your own dinner in a shared bathroom, a public bathroom or a public toilet? And she didn't have an answer for that. This is just disgusting. This is 2025 and this is the sort of treatment that lactating mothers are expected to deal with. Okay, so I have now tried to politely provide education for service manager at the lounge today that breastfeeding is protected under the National Sex and Discrimination Act of 1984, to which her reply was that I am making her and other people uncomfortable. And then she put her hand on my arm and asked me to leave.
Why should mothers go to a restroom to breastfeed or to pump breast milk for their child? How does that make sense? In fact, I love her response by she's saying that, can you eat your meal in the restroom? Can you? I don't think so. So why should a child's food be done in the restroom just because you adults are uncomfortable seeing her extracting milk from our boobs? Like, make it make sense. You guys, what's your take? Has this ever happened to you before? Let me know your thought down in the comment section. Let's watch this reaction.
I'm told that I can't sit here in the Virgin Lounge as a paying business class ticket holder to express breast milk.
This had to happen. I am so grateful that it happened to this woman, because she is absolutely the wrong person for Virgin to have messed with, but absolutely the right woman to be representing mothers everywhere. If this would have happened to me, I would have broken down and cried. No response. This woman, she's not just a mother of twins, she's a women's health GP and an antenatal specialist. She had all of the comebacks ready to go that we would have thought of later on in the shower. So when they said to her, you can go to the toilet and do that, she said, would you prepare your dinner in the toilet? Then she kindly tried to educate them that what they were doing is discrimination and it's illegal because breastfeeding is protected under the 1984 Sex and Discrimination Act. She knew the act name. And then when they manhandled her and told her she had to exit for making people feel uncomfortable, she told the whole internet about Queen Dr. Elise Turner. Thank you so much for speaking out for women everywhere who still experience this every single day.
Home after a really busy day and I'm enraged because I found myself tagged about things that happened to a breastfeeding mother of twins in a Virgin Australia business class lounge. Virgin Australia is a national airline carrier and they denied this mother the right to express her milk in their business class lounge. I'm Dr. Kavita, breastfeeding medicine specialist, perinatal GP and IBCLC. I'm an adjunct lecturer with the UNSW. I take women's rights pretty seriously. To this mum, I'm really sorry that happened to you, and to any mum who's experienced this. We hear all the time a different supermarket store or different place will refuse parents the right to breastfeed or express for their babies. And it's not okay. And I'm sorry you go through that. It's terrible to be picked out and isolated and illegally discriminated against wherever you are. Virgin Australia, you owe this mother a serious apology and all the parents out there, because this makes it hard for them when they're going somewhere. The stress they already have to think about managing everything they have to manage. And then on top of that, if they're going to face this kind of discrimination, illegal discrimination, when they're doing whatever they have to do. Virgin Australia owes this mum an apology, and then they owe good training to the rest of their staff. I look forward to seeing the response from Virgin Australia and the immediate rectification of these issues. It's 2025. It's 41 years on from when that became a federal law, and we shouldn't need it. It's common sense. It's basic decency. We shouldn't need a law to back up what we know, but it's there, okay? So any business, not just Virgin Australia, who wants to try and do this to women, or mothers or parents, try and look it up. Make sure you're doing the right thing. It doesn't just affect parents, it affects the whole of society. Do better, be better.
I was blown away that in 2025, a mother who was breastfeeding her child in an airport lounge was told by staff to stop because it's making people uncomfortable. The law is super clear on this. Under the Sex Discrimination Act, breastfeeding is something that a mother is entitled to do in public to feed her child. It is not, it's completely clear. And the staff member's like, do it in the bathroom. And she's like, I don't think the bathroom is sanitary. I'm just here quietly doing this. And my child is hungry and I'm not bothering anyone. And then the staff member doubles down and kicks her out of the lounge in 2025. Like, this is absurd. I hope the lounge completely revamps its policies. I hope everyone gets some training. And I hope she takes this further. Because this is so unacceptable. There are things that are just not controversial when it comes to the law. This is not like a new law, by the way. If people go, oh, we've gone woke, it's this and that. It's been around since 1984, right? Because there's an understanding that children need to eat, mothers need to feed them, and it's not in any way, shape, or form obscene, tawdry, or sexual to feed a child. And if you can't understand that, that's your issue. Follow me for more legal TikTok.
Virgin Australia, what the actual frack? I am angry. My name is Alicia and I am the founder of a breast pump brand. Virgin Australia illegally denied a mother of twins the right to breast pump for her twin babies in a business class lounge. Why are we still talking about this? We've passed this point. That was illegal discrimination. Breastfeeding and breast pumping in public is legal. It's important that a mum is able to breastfeed and breast pump for her baby whenever she needs to. So Virgin Australia, what are you doing about this? What is your statement? And where is this staff member and what have you done to reprimand her, telling a mother who is only trying to feed her children that she needs to either go to the toilet to breast pump or she needs to leave the lounge because she's making other customers uncomfortable. Now, I bet if you spoke with any of the customers in that lounge, they may have been parents themselves or once upon a time had to deal with feeding their own babies. Do you think they were uncomfortable? I don't. I think that staff member was uncomfortable. In Australia, this is illegal discrimination and something needs to come from this. The statement that the airport made is that there are parent rooms located around the airport, plenty of space for a mum to go and breast pump or breastfeed. Absolutely. Of course there are, just like there are at any shopping centre that you go to. But it's a given that a mother can breast pump or breastfeed wherever she is, not just in a parent's lounge. Anywhere she needs to be is where she should be breast pumping. Mothers around the world are going to be enraged by what has happened. And Virgin Australia, we need to know what you're doing about this.
To express breast milk.
I cannot believe that this is still a thing in 2025. Elise Turner, a mum who was in the Virgin Business Lounge, was setting up to express breast milk and she was fully covered and asked to leave because it was making people uncomfortable. This is literally what our breasts are made to do, feed our kids. And mums have to be able to travel. We have to be able to go out in public without the fear of being shamed for breastfeeding. I mean, you get shamed for breastfeeding in public. You get shamed for choosing formula. You literally cannot win. Understand why people get so up in arms seeing a mum feeding their child. And if you think that that's a sexual act, that says more about you. An absolute problem because it makes it so much harder for mums to feel confident to go out in public when the first years of motherhood are some of the most isolating, because it's already terrifying going out with their new little baby. Like, there's so many things you have to think of. Add on the fear of being ridiculed or shamed or asked to leave because you literally need to feed your baby. Like, it's life or death. They need to be fed. And I'm not going to go into a disgusting public toilet to feed my child. Absolutely not. If you have a problem with it, go eat your lunch in a toilet.
I feel like when it comes to women, anything that comes out of a woman, people see it as disgusting, just as breast milk, or they might see it as sexual something, just as a menstrual period as well. You'll see blood everywhere, but once the blood is, you have a stain as a woman and you're outside, people see you as disgusting, as dirty. You're dirty, you're disgusting, you're smelling. In fact, you will see your fellow woman telling you you're smelling, you're disgusting, blood coming out of you. So I feel like when it comes to we women, the way society say things that comes out of us as something, why should a woman that is breastfeeding should go and hide to feed her child? If she decides to do it, yes, she wants to. But she's not, I'm not sure she's even opening all her boobs out in public. So everybody will see my breast, or I want to feed my child. That's not what women do. They go as far as covering, some of them cover with scarf, cover with the top they are wearing to cover their breast. And the only thing that comes out might even be the nipple, and the child is even sucking on the nipple. So I really don't understand why when a woman is breastfeeding outside, people see it as disgusting, or why would you be doing something like this outside? Are you not ashamed? Are you not ashamed to do something like that? Why are you opening all your... In fact, some women don't even feed their children outside because of people like this. How is it a problem? Why she's pumping her boobs at the airport lounge for her children, and you're telling her to go to the restroom or to go to places assigned for it? Like this, because of some adults that are uncomfortable. What is making the adults uncomfortable? Is it that you want to drink the milk, or you see it as, I don't know. I just feel like they see it as something very disgusting. If you hear people that find this uncomfortable, look at their facial expression, they find it very disgusting. Like, why would you be doing something like this outside? Why would you expose your boobs outside and you're breastfeeding your child? Like doesn't make sense. So the right thing is for the woman to go to the restroom, to the toilets, where people go to dump things. They should feed their children there, their babies there in the toilet. Why you eat? Because you guys, what's your take on this video? Can you share your thoughts down in the comment section? Respectfully, as always, Sugar Mara Davis. Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed this one. Please like and share and subscribe, and I'll see you in my next one, guys.